Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Early Waves on Cryptos. It's been another week since last time, and we did promise some announcements for Discord, and it's coming up, guys. You will find the details in the caption, and also at the end of the video. You are going to see my Discord details. I will leave the link for the free channel onto the caption, and also some information regarding the packages and how you can contact me to join. There is different options now for a lot of you to join, not like before. A lot of new things coming, exciting, and I'm also excited to finally, after so many months, to give you guys the opportunity to be able to join. To be able to join me in this trip. So in today's video, regardless, we're going to see at BTC as always, and Vechain as it has been voted by the Quora Inner Cycle team. So without further ado, let's go. I also have some good charts to show you today. Some changes have taken place all over the place. So stay tuned and let's go to the charts. Okay, guys, as I said, new charts. New everything. I hope things are a bit more clear like this. I like the new view because it's more smooth, more crispy, and it makes more sense. Now, last time we did talk about the potential of being invalidated, and it was a high potential, and we got invalidated. Obviously, we were waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, so 1, 2 in here. Obviously didn't happen. With a new high, no triangle here, that's invalid. And we did talk about what are the actual options going forward. And the main option was that this is wave A. And now we're in a W, X, and Y correction, guys. And from there, to me, more downside is coming. The question you have is, are we done? I don't think so. We're going to go into the short term in a minute, but this is my main. We are in a W, X, and Y correction, okay, which is, by the way, a double 3 because it combines two zigzags and a flat. And we are looking to end, of course, at least below the previous low over here, right? When we have the low in of the correction, sorry, the high in for the correction, we'll be able to work out better targets. For now, this is the main scenario. I want to show you the first alternative. This time we're going to go for 2 alternatives, guys, because it gets a bit, repetitive. The medium term outline is exactly the same. We're still looking for W, X, and Y. This is an ABC, okay? However, the only difference here is that our wave 4 ended here, and this is our cycle wave 1, which means this is ABC, okay? And in this particular case, I would have thought that, anybody would have thought that maybe we're going to go a little bit lower. Now, in Elliott waves, when we're talking about waves 4 and 2, usually they do the same bottom, a double bottom, and then shoot higher. But I would look at this with a more bearish eye rather than more bullish eye, okay? So although we're not done, in my opinion, with a correction to the top yet, the targets are going to give us a little bit more of confidence about the potential move to the downside that we can experience going forward, if of course that's going to be the case. These are, of course, as you can see, very close to one another. And this scenario, guys, as you well remember as well, we were following this scenario for a while. It's the running flat, okay? And the running flat, because, if we suppose that we have 5 waves down here, that we might as well just tell ourselves, well, look, dude, we're done the running wave C, because we just need 70% correction. We're done 85. So that's decent, right? So why not are we just getting higher here? Well, that is still possible. We looked at it last time as well. But in my opinion, and because of this structure, I do not like this as a wave one. And that's why I didn't keep the running flat as a possible scenario. Now, keeping this in mind, okay, and let's assume that this is one indeed, to me, that does not look like wave two, because this cannot be the beginning of wave three. It's just not how it would look like. A very, very, very unorthodox count would be to call this, or for this to turn into somewhat of a like leading diagonal internally to wave one, right? So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then that would still bring downside and huge upside. But I don't think that's the case. But I bring it to you. I'm telling you what the thought is here. Now, the WX and Y is still the case here in wave B. Okay, so in all of these cases we're looking, I don't think wave B is done yet, guys. Okay, but in this particular case, I'm thinking of a potential expanded wave B of running flat, very likely running flat, which means our wave 2 is going to end around here, and then we'll continue higher from there. Now, in this particular case only of the long-term count, because we have this, we can look at this as a, you know, as a WX and Y. It could have finished, and we might see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This would be also confusing for those thinking that, or for those not thinking, really projecting that this is done, because we're going to get a 5 waves down. 5 waves down, it can be usually an impulse, yes, but it's part of wave C of a running flat as well, or an expanded flat. So it would be confusing, nevertheless. These are the main counts, guys, and you know the rest, the triangle, the W, X, and Y as a triangle. And also you've got the W, X, and the running flat as W, okay? Which, you know, they are second-rate alternatives, I would say. So that's all there is for the long term, okay? And we'll go back to the main term, to the main, and I'm gonna take you now to the short term, guys. I'm gonna go down to the 1 hour for this. So what am I looking for? W, X, and Y in wave B, as I said before. To me, I was debating, this is ABC, ABC, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was debating whether wave X is a running flat or a triangle, because both are possible. But the moment I saw this structure taking place, I changed my mind. Actually around down here, because that doesn't make sense otherwise. Okay, if we had a triangle, it would mean that this is A, B, C, D, and E. So, you know, to go from down here and do an ABC, it means we are done here, which I don't think is the case. Okay, plus it brings us third wave that doesn't belong to where it is, to its position. Okay, and this count for a running flat works out much better, and it also gives us, you know, another wave up, which is what I'm expecting to happen, to also, you know, perhaps perhaps even revisit the 52K. I will be mainly focused though at the top of the channel initially, guys, and then anything else. Okay, priority is the top of the channel. Now, looking at this structure though, okay, because this can be like still a correction, we might go lower down. The invalidation for this move is at 42.50. So what I'm saying by invalidation, I mean we might have finished here, right? Although it's unlikely, because this structure is not usually the one that you see, you know, reversals. Although it can be an ABC here, right, like a flat, and it could just do the work. The problem is that we have a lot of overlap over here in the alleged wave 2 to the upside. So to me, there is more of a scenario here that we're going to see this is the first wave of the upside. We're going to see a correction to get 3, 4, and 5. We're going to get done, and then we're going to start moving lower again. Look at this. Fibonacci, 2W and 2X. 100% comes at 5160. The 62%, which is my golden pocket, is at 52337. And look what else is up there. My wave 4. So we said before, corrections do tend to find to meet, together at these levels. So this is a very attractive level for me. Okay, it might take us a few more days to get there, but I think eventually we're going to get there. Okay, if we break there, we will think about this. If we break there, but until then, the levels I'll be looking, guys, are the 42.38 in case we move lower than we should, and well, to the top it will be just the 52.33. Okay, that's that. Dusted on this. Let's go on VET. VET has had very good price action lately. So I've got my main and my alternative here. The short term is not really making much difference anyway because it looks impulsive. The main scenario, guys, to your surprise, because this is what makes more sense, it's bullish. Okay, it looks to me like, if you look also at history as well, because I'm looking at the coin market data obviously all the way down, you got 1, 2, you got 3, and we're going 4, and we're waiting for another leg up. And then you might say, dude, if primary wave 4 on Bitcoin is not done, how come VET is? Well, that's a good question. That's why we'll have an alternative. But for now, this market, guys, it's screaming that it's going to go higher. That's what it's doing. Okay, the only thing I don't like about this is that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, whereas here you've got an ABC. Okay, which means it's a W, X, and Y. So here we expect an ABC as well, which means we might get A, B, and C. But as I said, this is one of the alternatives. For now, this is as simple as it gets. It doesn't get any simpler. W, X, and Y. For a wave 4. Wave 4 is done, and we're moving up impulsively. Since we're moving up impulsively, we're going to use the Fibonacci extension here. Look at this. 0.0939. This is our level. Okay? This is the level that we're looking for, at least for now. But I'm going to go to the short term. In the longer term, apart from a W, X, and Y, we can get another X and another Z, and that is going to be a triple zigzag. And about wave 4, maybe it's not going to go much lower down because zigzags usually sideways markets, but a little bit lower. But the main important thing is that it's not going to go much higher. That's the thing to remember. The other thing we can get is A, B, C, D, and E, and this is going to be a wave 4 triangle. But descending triangles in ascending markets are not too usual. However, we can still get it. Okay, so as I said before, W, X, and Y in 4, W, X, and Y and Y in 4 without with wave B being done. Okay, then you've got a triple zigzag, and then you've got a triangle in wave 4. Okay, so whichever you look, it seems that there is a bit more upside in each particular case. Now, of course, we need to pay attention to where we are going, okay? And this is where, actually, don't worry about the alternative, guys. The alternative is actually that, yeah, I've got it here. Yeah, I just want to say don't worry about the alternative because, hold on. Which one did I have? Well, it looks like I have the triangle as the main. Okay, fine. Let's leave that as the main. It doesn't matter for now. What matters most is where we're heading. Okay, and I'm going to go down on the 1 hour to look at the hourly. Okay, so in either case, this is a C. Okay, so a C of a triangle or a C of the ABC or the Y, you can call it. So supposedly This is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, and this is a wave 3. We might get the 4th and then the 5. Okay, so, and while here, that's going to be minute. Okay, and what we should be looking really, as I said before, it's where this can end. You can see that clearly this is the wave 3, right, our impulse, but is this the internal one or not? And is this the 5th? Because it could be a case that we're done already, guys, right? And you can see there is a slight divergence here as well popping up, so you might as well just ask, maybe we're done, and maybe we're done, yes. And we're looking at 23.6, we stopped exactly there. But if we did stop, and this is going to go on, in as a wave D for a triangle, let's say, as was suspected before, then we might as well just call this an ABC, right? And then we're going to wait for wave D to come all the way up here. So it looks like to me, as I was saying before, that either way there is one more upside coming, one more leg. Let's go on the 2 hours. Okay, if we assume our wave 4 is here and this is our A, we're actually now going down for wave B. And that makes sense as well because we are correcting. So what can we get here? Well, it can be an ABC, it can be a triangle, it can be a flat, it can be anything you want. But us, we do know that 7 cents is a very significant level to keep in mind. Okay, why? Well, many reasons. Because we don't want to fall below that line. If we do, we'll lose the impulsiveness, somewhat of the impulsiveness. Now, let's not forget, and as I said before, this can still be a case where, you know, this is 1 and 2, this is 3, we might get A, B, C, D, E for 4, and then 5. And then we might go for B, and then we might go for C. So I'm just saying, just pay attention. Wave 4 might not be done yet. Wave 5 might not be done yet for now, and due to the structure, impulsiveness, and volumes and correction characteristics of this chart, we are assuming that our wave A is done and we're heading down for wave B. Okay, and as I said before, regardless of whether this is A, B, C, 4, D or something else, it doesn't matter, the direction is the same. I will give you though one hint. If this is indeed our wave 2, our wave A, okay, we're going to probably come down after wave 2 all the way to the 38 or perhaps even to the 62. If it's going to be a wave B, we want to stay close to the 38, to be honest, okay, in either case. But if we're going to go higher, guys, and we cross above the 15 cents or the 100 Fibonacci extension of the waves A and B, yeah, because we assume this is A and B, then things are going to get back to the other scenario that we looked. I entered as the main. Why? Because when we cross above the 100%, it means that the third wave or the C wave, when it goes over 100%, it very likely is going to be a third rather than a C. That is a difference here. So the moment you see 15 breaking, start thinking, okay, our main is going to change fairly soon, or you know, you can just change it yourself. Until then, guys, I think we're going down and then up, which is something very similar to BTC as well. But obviously, of course, this seems to have a bit more force and a bit more momentum left in as well. A lot of juice left, it looks like it. But I think the correction here is going to last a little bit longer. Okay, that's going to be all. Thank you for joining. And don't forget, you can contact me. Discord is live. I did this for you. And you can have free access or paid access. Everything is worked out. For questions, feel free to contact me. All the information is in the caption.